Malaysia proposes ASEAN and Japan explore vaccine production in the region. Budget 2022 will be based on the need of each members of Keluarga Malaysia. Welcome to News at 10 with me, Brendan Lipol. Health Minister Khairi Jamaluddin has been nominated as the Vice President of the upcoming 75th World Health Assembly, WHA, which will take place from the 22nd to 28th May 2022 in Geneva, Switzerland. Khairi, in a statement posted on Twitter, said the voice of the Western Pacific will be brought to the World Assembly and expressed his gratitude for the unanimous nomination as Vice President. Commenting on the nomination, Health Director General Tan Sri Dr. Nur Hisham Abdullah in a Facebook post said, "It is indeed a great honour for Malaysia to be accorded the Vice Presidency of WHA and that this will be the opportunity to pursue a bigger role in the global health arena." He said Malaysia was given due recognition for its active role in the global health platform in the 69th WHA in 2015 and again in the upcoming 75th WHA in 2022, representing all 37 member states from Western Pacific region. WHA comprises of 194 member states and it is the highest decision-making body of the World Health Organization. The Langkawi Development Authority, LADA, has proposed for 20 nations to be included in the list of low-risk countries for the implementation of Langkawi International Tourism Bubble, slated to begin on 15 November. Its Chief Executive Officer, Nasaruddin Abdul Muttalib, said they include China, Saudi Arabia, United Kingdom, Australia, Singapore, Germany, Japan and Taiwan. According to Nasaruddin, the matter was discussed by LADA together with the National Security Council, Health Ministry, as well as the Tourism, Arts and Culture Ministry yesterday.
Mengharapkan agar senarai negara-negara ini dapat dimasukkan dalam negara yang boleh dikunjungi supaya sasaran dan perancangan dan mereka yang memang meminati untuk datang ke Langkawi dapat mengunjungi ke Langkawi.
The suggestion, however, is subject to the risk assessment conducted by the Health Ministry. LADA is expecting a total of 50,000 foreign tourist arrivals in Langkawi until the end of this year. Malaysia has suggested for ASEAN and Japan to explore the possibility of seconding their expert researchers to the ASEAN Centre for Public Health Emergencies and Emerging Diseases to work towards the production of vaccines in the region. In making the suggestion at the 24th ASEAN-Japan Summit, Prime Minister Datuk Seri Semasa said this would help to address the regional shortage of vaccines and prepare for possible emerging diseases. The Premier said ASEAN and Japan should enhance multidisciplinary cooperation in health to better prepare the region to meet future health-related emergencies. He further noted that Japan's contribution for the centre is important and its timely established is vital to assist ASEAN member states in dire need of assistance to mitigate the impact of COVID-19. Dr. Sri Semasa also expressed appreciation for Japan's vaccine contribution to ASEAN member states and Japan's support towards the ASEAN Comprehensive Recovery Framework to mitigate the impact of COVID-19. The tabling of Budget 2022 this Friday is framed based on the need of each members of Keluarga Malaysia facing the post-pandemic phase. Datuk Seri Semasa said this as he reassured of the government's commitment to alleviate the people's living costs as well as to support the country's economic recovery.
Jadi semua pihak lah, dari segi kaum semua ada, dari segi etnik semua ada, dari segi kumpulan rentan terima, kumpulan bukan rentan pun terima, malah dari segi industri pun menerimanya. Jadi semua bandar, luar bandar, semuanya akan mendapat faedah dan daripada bajet yang akan kita umumkan nanti. Jadi sebab itu saya kata daripada awal lagi, bajet ini merupakan bajet keluarga Malaysia dan lebih-lebih lagi kerana inputnya daripada rakyat, boleh kita katakan bajet ini adalah bajet rakyat. Dari rakyat untuk rakyat.
Datuk Seri Semasa, who was speaking during a special pre-budget 2022 interview, also said that the tabling of budget 2022 will continue previous initiatives including cash aid and fiscal policy as delivered via 8 stimulus packages formulated previously.
Budget kali ini masih akan memberikan tumpuan kepada bantuan-bantuan secara langsung kepada rakyat. Ya. Kalau dulu bajet yang lepas banyak insentif ataupun sumbangan diberikan direct kepada rakyat secara tunai dan sebagainya. Dan perkara yang sama kita akan teruskan seperti saya kata tadi, walaupun pandemik sudah berakhir.
So far, the Finance Ministry has received over 50,000 proposals after receiving feedbacks from the public through the Budget 2022 web portal. In the same interview, Datuk Seri Semasa also hinted a certain good news for civil servants during the tabling of Budget 2022. He said the government has always appreciated the contributions made by the civil servants and has never forget about their welfare.
Kita sangat menghargai pejabat awam. Pejabat awam sangat penting kepada negara, kepada pembangunan negara, dan of course kerajaan tidak pernah melupakan pejabat awam. Tapi tunggulah. Saya tak boleh umum apa-apa lagi. Ini pre-budget kan.
Borrowers who are in need of financial assistance may still apply for the moratorium under the National People's Wellbeing and Economic Recovery Package, PERMULE. Deputy Finance Minister 1, Muhammad Shah Abdullah, said the banks are ready to provide loan repayment assistance to those in need and they only need to contact their respective banks.
Permohonan moratorium di bawah PERMULE masih dibuka kepada peminjam yang memerlukan dan mereka hanya perlu menghubungi bank masing-masing sekiranya menghadapi kesukaran semasa berurusan dengan pihak bank atau permohonan bantuan bayaran balik pinjaman ditolak, mereka boleh menghubungi Bank Negara Malaysia secara terus melalui BNM Tenneling di talian 1300 88 5465.
As for borrowers who need loan repayment assistance after the PERMULE package ends, the banks will continue to provide assistance packages, including a reduction in monthly installment payments, according to the borrower's financial capability. Speaking in the Dewan Rakyat today, Muhammad Shah also said that on 14 October, the banking industry introduced the Financial Management and Resilience Program for the bottom 50% income group, B50, who are still affected by the COVID-19 pandemic. The Domestic Trade and Consumer Affairs Ministry, KPDN-HGP, will implement the festive season maximum price control scheme in conjunction with the Deepavali celebration beginning the 1st to the 7th of November. According to its minister, Datuk Seri Alexander Nantalingi, some 11 food items are on the price control list, including live chicken, standard chicken, super chicken, imported bone-in mutton, chicken eggs, red chili, tomatoes and coconut. He further explained that these are items in high demand by the people celebrating the festivities, so it is important to impose a price control on these goods to stabilize the prices and supply in the market. The price control scheme is implemented in 91 districts in Peninsular Malaysia, 27 districts in Sabah, and 1 district in Labuan. As for Sarawak, the scheme is only implemented in 4 districts, Kuching, Sibu, Miri and Bintulu, where there is a notable amount of people from the Indian community that celebrate Deepavali. Datuk Seri Alexander said the pricing of goods for the states was made according to the current market price and taking into account the price change, especially for imported goods affected by the prices in a country of origin and changes in currency exchange rates. The son of former Defence Minister Muhammad Sabu, Ahmad Saiful Islam, has been acquitted and discharged by the Kuala Lumpur High Court of a drug abuse charge made against him 2 years ago. Justice Dato Colin Lawrence Sequeira allowed the appeal by Ahmad Saiful Islam, 33, to quash the conviction and 8 months jail sentence imposed by the Magistrates Court last year. Ahmad Saiful Islam was charged with using a THC-type drug at a hotel in Kuala Lumpur at 2:05 a.m. on the 5th of January 2019. On 24th of June last year, Magistrate Muhammad Aizad Abdul Rahim sentenced the accused to 8 months jail after finding that the defence had failed to raise a reasonable doubt in the prosecution's case, but allowed his application to stay the execution of the jail sentence pending an appeal in the High Court. Meanwhile, in Johor Bahru Sessions Court, a former property agent pleaded not guilty on 23 graft charges involving 9,600 ringgit. The accused, Tay Chun Siu, was charged for receiving the money as motivation to propose a company for cleaning and landscaping works in Vista Bayu Putri, Johor Bahru 2 years ago. Judge Dato Ahmad Kamal Arifin Ismail allowed the bail to be set at 5,000 ringgit and set 29th of November for remention. Over in Seremban, businessman Wong Kok Hong pleaded guilty for giving 4,000 ringgit to a customs enforcer as a means to get him off illegal actions for owning liquor 2 years ago. Judge Madiha Harula set for the sentencing on the accused to be made on 17th November. And up north in Taiping, a soldier and a trader were charged in the magistrate's court with the murder of an army retiree. However, no plea was recorded after the charge was read out to warrant officer Muhammad Hafiz Ibrahim, 34, and Muhammad Ahmad Mat Yusof, 31, before magistrate Nur Farah Shahida Muhammad Noh, who set 9 December for mention. Framed under Section 302 of the Penal Code, the two men were charged with murdering Muhammad Zaki Mat Alui, 42, in a forest area near Jalan Kubu Gajah, Lenggong, in Selama between 5:30 p.m. and 10:50 p.m. last 10th October. Agri-commodity sector export value expected to hit 204 billion ringgit. Stay with us. Malaysia's agri-commodity export value is projected to increase to 204 billion ringgit this year from 152 billion ringgit in 2020, in tandem with the rise in commodity prices in the market. Minister of Plantation, Industries and Commodities, Dato Zuraida Kamaruddin, said as of August 2021, the export value of agri-commodity sector reached 137.4 billion ringgit, while the palm subsector achieved a high export value of 63.7 billion ringgit.
Dan insyaAllah saya amat berharap by tengah bulan November ini akan mula mula kedatangannya pekerja ini, kerana pada hujung tahun hasil sawit ni adalah sebanyak 40% daripada total yield, total hasil pada tiap-tiap tahun. Jadi 40% ini harus diselamatkan. Kalau tidak ada warga asing masuk untuk bekerja di ladang-ladang untuk mengait kelapa sawit ni akan menjadi kerugian kepada negara. Dan ianya agaknya dalam nilai dalam 30 bilion. Ya. So, jadi ini harus kita selamatkan.
The minister said this after launching the Malaysia Family Agri-Commodity Week 2021. Dato Zuraida also said palm oil is the biggest contributor for the ministry in terms of income for the country, and it had shown a good trend with prices currently hitting the highest level in history at more than 5,000 ringgit per tonne. The registration system for persons with disabilities, known as My Daftar OKU, was launched today as part of efforts to improve the existing registration system that uses the OKU Information System platform. Women, Family and Community Development Minister Datuk Sri Rina Muhammad Harun said My Daftar OKU would also enhance the service delivery for disabled persons in line with the 8 thrusts of the Action Plan for Persons with Disabilities 2016 to 2022. Explaining further, the minister said through My Daftar OKU, the ministry targeted to approve 2,000 registration applications next month. She said prior to getting their own OKU physical card, each applicant would be provided with a digital card through QR code that is equipped with security features to facilitate access to services provided for the group.
Kad OKU ini kita buat dalam bentuk digital. Jadi mereka tidak perlu lagi datang bersemuka ke pejabat kebajikan daerah. Jadi boleh buka website dan sekarang ni kita buat web based. InsyaAllah tak lama lagi kita buat dalam bentuk apps pula. Ya, kita buat dalam bentuk web based. Jadi dia boleh mengisi maklumat-maklumat tersebut secara atas talian. Dan proses ini juga apabila mereka perlu juga untuk mendapat pengesahan daripada doktor dan pengamal perubatan dan sebagainya, maka ia juga diisi atas talian.
Malaysia hopes to be able to fully reopen to international tourists as early as December this year. Tourism, Arts and Culture Minister Datuk Seri Nancy Shukri said at the moment the government only allowed international travellers to visit Langkawi beginning 15 November and would observe the developments in the resort island.
Dan untuk antarabangsa, untuk seluruh Malaysia, kita akan melihat dulu secara kita observe dengan izin. Kita nak observe dulu bagaimana keadaan di Langkawi dahulu, barulah kita berani membuka untuk seluruh negara. Namun begitu, memang kita sudah bersiap sedia, Yang Berhormat, kita bersiap sedia dari segi kita punya prosedur, SOP dan juga apabila sudah nampak dia macam okey je, walaupun kita meletakkan 3 bulan, saya rasa tak sampailah 3 bulan, Yang Berhormat. Jadi saya rasa bolehlah kita buka awal daripada itu.
Datuk Seri Nancy said the ministry is in the final phase of its preparations for foreign tourists' arrivals from 15 November. She said the Langkawi international tourism bubble would be the gauge in considering other potential destinations for foreign tourists, based on assessments by the National Security Council and Health Ministry. The assessment report would then be brought to the COVID-19 Management Special Committee, chaired by the Prime Minister, for further consideration. And in sports, Malaysia's top tower runner wins Empire State Building run-up race. Stay with us. Malaysia's Soh Wai Ching scaled 86 floors of New York's Empire State Building in just under 11 minutes to win the 2021 Empire State Building run-up. He clocks in at a time of 10 minutes and 47 seconds to win the elite men's division race, while American Cindy Harris crossed the line first to win the elite women's division race. This is Harris's 5th win.
I gave my best. I did 10 minutes 40 over seconds, but it's not my target. I failed to achieve my goal, which is sub 10. I'm gonna come back again next year to improve it. I'm really grateful to receive support from many Malaysian family in Dubai. So they hosted me, and my American friend in Dubai, they hosted me for a month just to train for this event. So I'm so grateful to have all of them.
The winners will get to donate $100,000 to a charity of their choice. The Empire State Building run-up is the world's first and most famous tower race, where runners race up its famed 86 flights, or 1,576 stairs. Last year's run-up was cancelled due to COVID-19. The Anti-Doping Agency of Malaysia, Aras, aims to conduct 500 doping tests on athletes next year, seeing how packed the sports calendar will be. Its director, Azura Abidin, said this would be more than the 300 tests targeted this year, as several major sports events would be held next year, including the SEA Games, Commonwealth Games and Malaysia Games, Sukma. Elaborating further, Azura said that Aras used the targeted testing approach through the testing distribution plan, which looks at the risk assessment aspect by focusing more on athletes than sports that have made Malaysia proud on the international stage. She said that if the athletes were called up for testing, they would automatically be listed under Anti-Doping Administration and Management System that is handled by the World Anti-Doping Agency and monitored from time to time. On the reform aspects of the 2021 World Anti-Doping Code, Azura said it would, among others, focus on the educational aspect of the athletes regarding doping, whereby they will be given exposure to it before undergoing the tests. On the 21st of April, the government, through the Youth and Sports Ministry, had agreed to adopt the 2021 World Anti-Doping Code for use in the country. The reappointment of Indonesian doubles legend Rexy Benaki, 53, as the Badminton Association of Malaysia BAM Deputy Coaching Director is a good choice for the country. Former world number 1 Dato' Lee Chong Wei said when Rexy returned to coach Indonesia and later Thailand, the performance of these teams improved and their names were raised.
I think it's a good choice coming balik untuk kita bulu tangkis Malaysia itu badminton team BAM. I think this is satu dia boleh kongsikan dia is satu world number 1 Olympic champion, also PR Malaysia. Ya, coach yang Indonesia. Tapi I think it's a very good choice and BAM akan lantik dia akan balik, bawa dia balik lagi semula. I think dia boleh kerjasama and all the coaches is very more important.
Rexy, whose contract with the Badminton Association of Thailand, BAT, ended this month, will report for duty at the Academy Badminton Malaysia in Bukit Kiara on the 1st of December. He will become the 5th Indonesian to join the BAM coaching setup, which already consists of Hendrawan Indrawijaya, Flandi Lempel and Paulus Firman. Rexy had previously served as the national doubles coach from 2005 to 2012. He was best remembered for transforming men's doubles pair Ko Kian Kiat Tan Boon Hyong into world number 1, as well as winning the 2006 Asian Games gold and the 2007 All England title. Head on to football. The national under-22 B22 squad can expect a tough and physical battle against host Mongolia in their second Group J match of the 2022 Asian Cup under-23 qualifiers in Ulaanbaatar tomorrow. Its head coach Brad Maloney said Mongolia would definitely hunt for victory after just collecting 1 point against Thailand in the opening match last Monday. Despite that, Maloney said his side only needs to focus on team's tactics and his side's discipline must be improved to reduce the risk of making simple mistakes throughout 90 minutes of the game. After recording a 1-0 victory over Laos in the first match last Monday, Malaysia is at the top of Group J with 3 points, while Thailand and Mongolia collected 1 point each in second and third place.
Thankfully, though, after the match against Laos, no serious injuries have been reported or anything like that. Yeah, again, we'll stick to our game plan. Mongolia are a very good side, also very physical, very organised. They've got a new Japanese head coach, so after watching them play in the first match against Thailand, I can see that they play with a lot of energy and desire. So again, we just have to stick to what we're good at.
The Football Association of Malaysia, FAM, have denied rumours that the National Football Development Programme, NFDP, including the Mokhtar Dahari Football Academy, AMD, in Gambang Pahang will be closed down. FAM Secretary General Muhammad Saifuddin Abu Bakar said the NFDP, which was launched in 2014, which the vision of producing more world-class footballers consistently, would continue to operate. Muhammad Saifuddin said stories of NFDP being shut down are not true, adding that FAM are always thinking of issue of development. He said the program involves many quarters, including the government, the National Sports Council, NSC, and the Youth and Sports Ministry. Previously, speculation was rife that a handful of individuals were trying to lobby for the NFDP to be closed down, thus causing concern among the local football community regarding the direction of the national football development at the grassroots level. Meanwhile, Muhammad Saifuddin also confirmed that the NSC FAM project squad established at the end of 2020 would not be dissolved. He said the team, who finished last in this season's Premier League with just 1 win from 20 matches, would continue to compete in the league next season, and that the matter had been agreed by the NSC. Wrapping up the news at 10, in our top story, Malaysia proposes ASEAN, Japan explore vaccine production in the region. Join us again at 12:30 tomorrow afternoon. But before we go, our English news desk is currently on the lookout for English news editors. Applicants are required to have a minimum bachelor's degree and below the age of 40, so interested applicants can send their resume to the email shown on your screen. Till then, I'm Brendan Paul. Stay tuned to Saluran Berita RTM and have a pleasant evening. Take care.